We are now in the MG ZS EV, and this is, you guys recognize him. I made a video earlier, so it's Tam, and today, yeah, he's the owner of this car, and we will now today test the range of it. Yes, it's a little bit unusual because we will do my test procedure driving at 90 kilometers per hour in Thailand. So we charge the car to 100%. It just now dropped to 99, so it could be 99.5, whatever. But and also when it's 100%, the car claims 44.5 kilowatt hours. So interesting. Let me see. Are we using eco mode? So Tam, he has to drive. I don't have the international driver's license. I didn't prepare it this trip, but that's fine. It's simple procedure anyway. Just drive in eco mode at 90 kilometers per hour. We'll see. I think we can make better results than the VLTP. Okay, we are on the move. There's a little bit of stop lights. มันจะมีเยอะไหมไฟแดง Oh, okay. Yeah, so that was just a few of them, very few. And then most of the time, of course, we'll be on the freeway. So right now, you see here on the trip meter here, there's also trip in the instrument cluster, but I like this one. So we are already down to 97%. Let me adjust the screen here a little bit. And the consumption is, wow, 120 watt per kilometer. Well, we have to wait for it to stabilize. So we shall see, but I get the impression that this car is actually very efficient at low speed. Well, it's about 30 degrees Celsius outside. I still haven't figured out how to show the outside temperature in the car. Well, okay, so let's just keep going then. Alright, we've been driving for a bit. Not sure how long, doesn't matter. So we are in the area with less traffic, which is good. So we've been cruising at 90-ish sometimes. Right now a little bit slower. So it's not exactly the Tesla Bjørn procedure, but it's close enough-ish. But okay, so far, you see, yeah, it just turned 79% now. And you see that we have driven 64, yeah, let's say about 64 kilometers. So far, it seems like we should be able to do 320 kilometers. The consumption is stabilizing at 130 something. It goes up and down, it still fluctuates a bit. It goes between 125 to 135 roughly. So 320 so far, yeah, so far so good. So as you can see here, we can't really hammer it at 90, well, hammer-ish, so it's, yeah, we'll do the best. Alright, we have stopped here. We are going to turn around now. So we have found a turnaround point here. And since the last turnaround point was 35 kilometers, we found a loop that is about 70 kilometers long. Now suddenly the consumption it was at around 130 in the beginning. And now it seems to stabilize at 140-ish or 137, so it goes up and down. Okay, we hit 140 a little bit. So it seems like in the beginning we had some slower traffic, and now that we are able to cruise at 100 we are cruising at 90, then the consumption goes slightly up. So right now it seems like we should be able to do about 300, maybe 310 or whatever. But 350 that I was hoping for is not realistic. And a fun fact is that in Thailand, this car is advertised with 337, okay? Okay. Okay. Yeah, 337 kilometers of range. So that's not, they don't use VLTP range. There's some Asian test procedure, I guess, because over here, obviously, it's warmer, so, but it seems like we won't even be able to hit that range, but at least 300 and something, that's the guess so far. So, not much to say about the weather. It's nice and hot outside. Yes, welcome to Thailand. I can get used to this. We have been driving for about 2 hours, and yeah, we're down to 50% now. Let me show you guys the stats. What can we see here? Yeah, but there's a trip meter here also. Let me try to... it's kind of hard to show you guys. But anyway, this one is more interesting. So the trip meter says 2 hours and 10 minutes. Average speed 71, by the way. But here, that was in the instrument cluster. You see, at 50%, we have driven 155. So far, the predictions tells me that we should be able to drive 310, right? Yeah, consumption seems to be hovering around 140. So if we drove a Kona on these conditions, we will probably get 125 watt per kilometer. That's my guess. So Kona is more efficient than the MG, but still pretty good. Yeah. So I think right now I feel like I need to take a restroom break soon. จะเข้าน้ำไหม Okay, so maybe we want to take a little pit stop somewhere. Oh, what is this? Oh, Esso, 3 kilometers. Okay, maybe a stop there then. All right, we are at the gas station, and we have, well, we had to drive a little bit further. So now we are at 47%. Wow, the voltage is high. I like it. The voltage on this battery pack has been designed to be higher, not just like an e-tron or I-Pace. That means that when we DC fast charge, we should get decent speed. So we will try to find out that. But anyway, so yeah, so far so good. Let's go. I need to grab a little bit of food and go to the restroom. Oh, it's nice and hot today. Yeah. And we chose, well, the only spot with a little bit of shade right next to the truck. Yeah, we want to minimize the heat. Well, I mean, the windows are heavily tinted anyway, so that's good. So, yeah, short pit stop, and then let me see. This is what I like about Thai gas station areas, is that you have Amazon, Cafe Amazon, and restroom, and then 7-Eleven. We got lots of goodies there. So, yeah, I guess we go. Okay. Yeah, let's go to the restaurant first. All right, we're on the move again. That was a nice pit stop. So we bought some, well, we already ate it, some sandwich, and I have a little snack here, pandan flavored roll cake. Yeah, ooh, yeah. So I'm allowed to eat in the car. Yeah. So anyway, and also some drinks here. Yes, I love this one. Coconut, 100% coconut. A little bit of artificial, or I mean added sugar, but it still tastes great. And this one is for Tam, which is yen yen. Also not too sweet. Yeah. So anyway, very nice to have a driver for me, because I cannot drive right now. I need to get my international driver's license. So we are still at 47%. The car wasn't too hot when we started, so we just have to finish. Well, we will try to aim for 5%. Running out of juice in Thailand could be a bit cumbersome, so we will not do that. Yeah, just keep driving a little bit back and forth. We are still driving back and forth here. I think this is the second or third time we drive this direction. But anyway, we are now at 30%, and we get a low power warning, so I can find the nearest charging station or whatever. And I noticed that when we were at 70%, well, you know, the battery indicator here, it's usually green, right? And already at 70% it turns yellow, and then at 30% it turns red. So I would say that the MG ZS is a little bit pessimistic. Tesla, on the other hand, will turn yellow at 20%, and then it turns red at 10%. But okay, even though it looks a little bit scary, we still have, GOM still says we have okay, yeah, GOM still claims 86 more kilometers. So yes, I think we'll do another loop and then we start heading back to Chiang Mai. Alright, we are getting closer to Chiang Mai, and the battery is getting lower and lower. So now the low battery symbol is blinking. So it was lighting up continuously earlier. So it's blinking now, and we are down to 9%. That occurred at 10%. And we have done 280 kilometers, used 40 kilowatt hours, and the BMS estimates 4 more. So we don't get the 44.5 kilowatt hours. I suspect that half kilowatt hour has been degraded already. And after all, the odometer on this car is it's 11,400 already after about 2.5 months or so. So all right, we will not drive 300 kilometers, but of course if we push it we could probably reach 300. So a little bit more now and we'll be back. Well, I mean, not back, but at the fast chargers. Yeah, it's an ABB, by the way. Okay, we decided to take a little, we drove back and forth a little bit near the fast charger. We wanted to see 300 kilometers in the display. So you see that we are now at 296, and we are about 4 kilometers away. So it should be 300 kilometers, and the GOM still claims another 11 kilometers. So we're running it a little bit low, a little bit risky now, 4%. We have never been this low before. The owner has gone to 29% at the lowest. And there was a warning here just now, it just disappeared. It was in the instrument cluster saying that the air conditioning has been limited slightly, but I still feel like it's still nice and cold. So yeah, still okay. It doesn't sacrifice on the comfort yet. So now we will just go for the finish line. 2% left. Oh, and you hear there's some cooling going on. It sounds like, actually it sounds like a Tesla when it's supercharging. So I wonder if there's some cooling going on now in the battery. Seems to have something to do with low state of charge. Well, you know that the current is higher. To maintain the same power, you need higher current. But on the other hand, the voltage on this pack is fairly high, huh? 376 volt. So we are just a couple of 100 meters away, and we are at 299. Oh, what does the trip meter there say? 299.4. Okay, let's go for 300. Okay, 299.4. We have to make it 300. So it's fairly safe in case we would run out around here. The fast charger is right there. Let me see if it's available. Yes, it's available. That's good. So we have to just drive around here a little bit. This is the university area where they research clean energy. Pretty cool place. So almost 300 and 2% left. So 350 was impossible, but at least 300 is achievable, and it would be even better, of course, if you drive in the city. Then I bet the consumption would be 130 something. Okay, let me see. We're about to hit 300. 299.9. There is 300 kilometers. Let's turn around here. Okay. Let's not run out of juice. Oh, there's a backup camera. Nice. Okay, let's go to the fast charger. Okay, we are here. There's the fast charger. Let's hope it works. But I noticed something. In the previous video, when I tested that was even another car, you saw that when we were just standing still, the car and the air conditioning was running. It would consume about, well, it would pull 400 to 800 watts. We switch off HVAC now. We switch off air conditioning and it's still pulling 1.5 kilowatt. The car is actively cooling down the battery right now. So let's just plug it in then. Yeah, I think we're done with stuff, but you see that the car here, we can go about, I would say 300 kilometers with 2%, yeah. So let's make it 300. All right, we're plugged in, and look here. Okay, I've seen you. I mean, you guys have seen this before. I've shown you guys before. That was when I was in Belgium. This screen, but it's actually a way better deal to look at this screen here. Look, it shows you everything, and look at that. What the heck? At 11%, we are already getting almost 50 kilowatt. This is the strength of having high voltage. So it's brilliant that they design it like this, because especially in Thailand, we don't have too many of those HPCs around here. So getting 50 kilowatt from a 50 kilowatt fast charger is just priceless. In the worst case, if we had an e-Golf here, we would get 35 kilowatt maybe. So this is good shit, man. This is so yeah. Let's see. Well, it should peak at, oh, you know what? There's a little bit of trot. No. Let me see, 120 amp. I'm not sure, but this is really good charging speed. So, you know what? I suspect that when I was charging in Belgium back then, the battery was not warm enough. That's probably why it also throttles a little bit early. So, you know, when I have the opportunity, I will try an HPC, whether it is in Thailand or in Europe, because this car supports up to 85 kilowatt. So we have to find out more about that. So anyway, I think that's going to be it. 300 kilometers in the MG. So that's better than the VLTP range in Europe, of course. That one was 263. So I think if I did this test in Norway with slightly colder temperature and slightly higher average speed, I will probably get about 280 kilometers. That's my guess. But it seems like the range you can get in the MG is close to the VLTP range. So that's good stuff. Yeah. So anyway, I think that's going to be it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching, and talk to you later. And of course, thank you so much for doing the test. Yeah.